Okay, let's unpack this. When you picture ancient wonders, what immediately springs to mind for so many of us? I bet it's that unmistakable, awe-inspiring image of three towering structures, just defying time, piercing the Egyptian sky. The pyramids of Giza. They've stood for millennia, silent witnesses to history, not just monuments, but a profound testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and a civilization's unshakable belief system. They really captivate us, don't they? Not merely with their sheer scale, but with the profound mystery that still kind of shrouds their construction and purpose. So what if we told you there's so much more to these giants than just the picture on a postcard or the popular myths you might have heard? Today, we're diving deep into your fascinating sources on the pyramids of Giza. Our mission is pretty clear. We're going to sift through the established facts, maybe challenge some of those common assumptions that have persisted for centuries, and truly try to uncover why these structures continue to captivate us thousands of years later.
We're here to extract those essential nuggets of knowledge, those surprising facts, and, well, those deeper insights that will make you truly well-informed about this incredible historical site. We really want you to walk away with a fresh perspective, understanding not just what they are, but why they endured, and how they challenge our understanding of, well, ancient capabilities.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it, how these structures encapsulate so much more than just feats of engineering. They are a tangible expression of a deeply ingrained spiritual and cultural worldview, an entire cosmology etched in stone. It's amazing. They really compel us to re-examine what we thought we knew about the sophistication and organizational prowess of ancient civilizations, the enduring enigma surrounding their creation, the sheer audacity of their scale, and the startling precision of their execution. It all points to a level of societal organization and technological understanding that continues to both puzzle and inspire researchers today.
Get ready for a journey then, because we're going to meticulously explore their precise location. We'll delve into the identities of the pharaohs who commissioned them, dissect the incredible and still debated methods by which they were built, and unpack what truly makes them so special, even to this very day. We'll even give you a sense of what it's like to visit them yourself. Prepare for more than just facts. Prepare for some genuine aha moments. This isn't just about dry dates and dusty dimensions. It's about grasping the very heart of an ancient empire and the dedicated people who literally moved mountains to bring their vision to life. Okay. So to set the stage, where exactly are we talking about when we discuss the pyramids of Giza? We're heading to the Giza Plateau. It's this elevated, rocky expanse of desert land located just on the doorstep of modern-day Cairo, the bustling capital of Egypt. It's a striking, almost surreal contrast, isn't it? When you consider the sprawling, vibrant metropolis of today sitting right alongside these silent, ancient behemoths.
Absolutely. And that landscape itself has transformed over millennia, yet these colossal structures remain steadfast, like a timeless anchor in a sea of change. The plateau's slightly elevated position wasn't just geographically convenient either. It offered a commanding, symbolic view of the surrounding desert and, back in ancient times, the fertile floodplains of the Nile.
Ah, right. So the location itself had meaning.
Exactly. This strategic location was likely chosen not only for its geological stability, I mean, you need solid bedrock for that immense weight, but also for its profound symbolic connection to the West.
The West, land of the dead.
Precisely. In ancient Egyptian cosmology, the West was where the sun sets, marking the journey to the afterlife. It was the perfect sort of liminal space between the living and the eternal.
Okay, so it's more than just pyramids.
As we look at the Giza Plateau, it's vital to understand that what we refer to as the Pyramids of Giza isn't merely three isolated structures, no. They comprise a vast and intricate complex, meticulously planned and executed, with each pyramid serving as the centerpiece of an elaborate funerary and religious landscape. Their primary function, as your sources emphatically state, was as monumental tombs for ancient Egyptian pharaohs.
Right, tombs. But these are some seriously elaborate tombs.
That's the key question, isn't it? Why such an extraordinary, unprecedented investment of resources, time, and human effort for a tomb? It wasn't just about interring a body, it was about guaranteeing the pharaoh's successful and eternal transition into the afterlife, and ensuring their continued role as a divine ruler, guiding and protecting Egypt from beyond the grave.
So like a spiritual power base almost.
In essence, yes. This entire complex was basically a colossal spiritual machine, a meticulously designed landscape intended to facilitate this eternal journey and to permanently solidify the pharaoh's divine authority for all time. It was a beacon of power meant to last for eternity, echoing their status on Earth and in the cosmos.
And when we talk about ancient, We really need to emphasize just how ancient. I mean, it's staggering. We are squarely in the realm of the Fourth Dynasty, a pivotal period within what's known as the Old Kingdom of Egypt, a time frame stretching back roughly from 2600 to 2500 BCE.
That's almost 4,500 years ago.
It's mind-boggling to truly put that in perspective. Consider this. The Roman Empire, which we typically imagine as incredibly old, didn't even begin to emerge until more than 2 millennia after these pyramids were built.
Wow, that really does put it in perspective.
It truly underscores the unparalleled longevity and profound resilience of this civilization's legacy. Imagine the world 4,500 years ago, no written history as we know it. Fundamental technologies were just beginning to take shape across the globe. And yet, the Egyptians achieved something so immense, so precise, that it continues to challenge our modern engineering capabilities.
It's a testament to a foundational period in human history where organized society reached an astonishing peak.
Okay, so who are the key players, the pharaohs behind this?
The central figures behind these monumental structures, the masterminds of this unprecedented architectural undertaking, were three successive pharaohs: Khufu, his son Khafre, and his grandson Menkaure. This clear lineage speaks volumes, not just about the continuity of power, but also about the profound religious and political beliefs that underpin this dynasty.
Right, the dynasty itself.
The largest and most famous of the three, the Great Pyramid, was built for Pharaoh Khufu, whom many might also know by his Greek name, Cheops. Following him, the Pyramid of Khafre, or Chephren, was commissioned by his son. And finally, the smallest yet still immensely significant pyramid of Menkaure, or Mykarinos, was built for Khafre's son.
So father, son, grandson, a family project on a massive scale.
Exactly. This direct dynastic succession wasn't accidental. It powerfully reinforced the sacred authority of the pharaohs and the absolute duty each ruler felt to continue this monumental building tradition. It was a multi-generational commitment to ensuring their divine place in the afterlife alongside their predecessors, solidifying the dynasty's grasp on both temporal and spiritual power for centuries.
But here's where the concept of a complex truly comes to life, and it's a detail from your sources that I find absolutely captivating. It wasn't just the pyramid itself standing in isolation.
No, absolutely not. That's crucial.
Each of these colossal pyramids was an integral part of a much larger, intricately designed complex, a sacred landscape, complete with mortuary temples for elaborate funerary rituals, smaller satellite pyramids perhaps for queens, other royal consorts or high officials, and monumental causeways connecting these various components.
It was, in essence, a fully integrated spiritual ecosystem meticulously designed for the pharaoh's ultimate journey to the afterlife.
So you could almost trace the path.
Precisely. Imagine, for instance, the journey of the pharaoh's body. It would first arrive at a valley temple, typically situated at the edge of the Nile floodplain. Here, purification rituals and mummification rites would commence. Then, a grand procession would carry the sarcophagus up a long enclosed causeway, often adorned with reliefs and inscriptions, leading directly to the mortuary temple, nestled right beside the pyramid.
Ah, the mortuary temple. That's where the ongoing rituals happened.
Exactly. It was within this mortuary temple that daily offerings and rituals would be performed for eternity to sustain the pharaoh's spirit. And those smaller satellite pyramids housed secondary burials, strategically ensuring the eternal proximity of royal family members to the pharaoh in the sacred realm.
Wow. It truly was a self-contained sacred city, intricately designed to guarantee the pharaoh's successful transition and eternal reign. Now let's zoom in on the star of the show, the big one, the Great Pyramid of Khufu. Just try to wrap your mind around this. This single structure held the undisputed record for the tallest man-made building on Earth for an astonishing, unparalleled period of over 3,800 years.
Over 3,800 years. It's almost unbelievable.
To put that in perspective, that's a time frame longer than all of recorded Christian history, longer than the entire existence of many modern nations combined. It originally soared to a staggering height of 146.6 meters, that's nearly 50 stories high. Even today, after millennia of erosion and stone removal, it still stands at an imposing 138.8 meters.
Still massive.
And consider this jaw-dropping statistic from your sources. It's estimated to contain approximately 2.3 million stone blocks. Just let that truly sink in for a moment.
2.3 million.
Even with all our modern technology, it remains an engineering marvel of such scale that it dwarfs nearly every contemporary structure in terms of sheer historical endurance. Its original height made it an unmistakable landmark, a towering beacon of the pharaoh's power, and a tangible connection to the heavens, visible for miles across the flat desert landscape.
And looking deeper at the Great Pyramid's construction, the sheer volume of material, 2.3 million blocks, with individual stones weighing anywhere between 2.5 to a massive 15 tons.
15 tons.
It implies an unprecedented level of organizational genius and resource mobilization for its time. This wasn't simply about raw manpower. It required an almost incomprehensible degree of advanced planning, precise coordination, and likely innovative techniques that we are still working to fully understand today. Imagine the logistics. Quarrying these colossal stones, transporting them across significant distances, shaping them with incredible precision using relatively simple tools, and then raising them hundreds of feet into the air to form perfectly aligned courses.
And it wasn't originally rough like it is now, right?
Exactly. Your sources highlight a particularly dazzling detail. The Great Pyramid, like many Old Kingdom pyramids, was originally encased in smooth, highly polished white limestone. Imagine how it must have gleamed in the intense desert sun, a truly dazzling, almost blinding spectacle that would have been visible for many miles, reflecting the light and appearing almost like a star itself.
Wow. So different from what we see today.
Very different. Over time, much of this precious casing was unfortunately removed, likely repurposed for building materials in later eras, which accounts for the loss in its current height and its more rugged, stepped appearance we see today. The remaining core is impressive, certainly, but it doesn't convey the original finished brilliance that would have truly made it an almost blinding spectacle, a beacon in the desert.
Okay, moving on from Khufu's monumental achievement, we find the Pyramid of Khafre standing right next to it. It's almost as tall, originally reaching 143.5 meters and now standing at about 136.4 meters. But here's a fascinating detail from your sources, one that often surprises people. It actually appears taller than Khufu's pyramid when viewed from certain angles.
Ah, yes, the optical illusion.
Right. This is due to a clever optical illusion, as Khafre's pyramid was constructed on slightly higher ground on the plateau. So from the east, its peak often seems to surpass that of the Great Pyramid, creating an impression of even greater height and perhaps subtly asserting its own grandeur. And this impressive pyramid has an equally famous neighbor, a timeless guardian.
The colossal limestone guardian you're referring to, inextricably linked to Khafre's pyramid, is of course the Great Sphinx.
The Sphinx, iconic.
What a truly remarkable and iconic structure. This massive statue, carved largely from a single outcrop of bedrock, stretches an astonishing 73 meters long and stands 20 meters high. Merging the powerful body of a lion with a human head widely believed to be a depiction of Pharaoh Khafre himself.
So the lion body and human head,
Yeah.
what did that symbolize?
The profound symbolism here is worth exploring. The lion represented ferocity, royal power, and a vigilant guardian against evil, a protector of the sacred necropolis. The pharaoh's human head, meanwhile, symbolized divine wisdom, intellect, and supreme authority. This fusion wasn't merely artistic, it conveyed a powerful message about royal power and protection in ancient Egyptian belief.
The best of both worlds, almost.
You could say that. It represented the pharaoh's dual nature, both an earthly ruler embodying human intelligence and a divine, lion-like protector of the cosmic order. Its eternal gaze, fixed towards the rising sun, suggests an unwavering guardianship over the Giza necropolis, ensuring the safe passage and eternal reign of the pharaohs into the afterlife. It's a powerful, enduring statement in stone, undoubtedly meant to inspire both awe and humility in all who approach this sacred site.
Finally, completing this magnificent trio, we have the Pyramid of Menkaure. This is the smallest of the three principal pyramids at Giza, originally standing at about 65 meters and now around 61 meters.
Still pretty huge, though, in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, absolutely. While it is certainly smaller than the other two, it still represents an incredibly impressive feat of engineering and monumental ambition, especially when you consider the sheer scale of the stone blocks used in its construction. Its relative size actually puts the colossal scale of Khufu's Great Pyramid into even starker perspective, highlighting the extraordinary resources committed to that initial project.
True. But Menkaure's pyramid is no less significant in its purpose and artistry. It, too, would have been the focal point of its own elaborate complex, contributing vital elements to the overall spiritual landscape and ensuring the eternal well-being of its pharaoh.
It completes that iconic silhouette that has captivated humanity for millennia. So we've established that these immense structures were built over 4,500 years ago. The core materials primarily consisted of limestone, granite, and basalt. Given their sheer scale, the first question that naturally leaps to everyone's mind is always, how?
It's a big question.
Where did these vast quantities of materials come from? And perhaps even more perplexing, how did an ancient civilization manage to quarry, transport, and precisely work with such hard, heavy stone?
Well, your sources clarified that the vast majority of the pyramids, the core structure, was built from locally quarried limestone, much of it likely extracted right from the Giza Plateau itself. So convenient in that sense.
Okay, but not all of it.
No. The finer, polished casing stones, now mostly gone, and the incredibly hard granite used for internal chambers and portcullises that had to be transported from distant quarries. Think about granite from Aswan, located hundreds of miles to the south, requiring sophisticated river transport on large barges along the Nile.
Wow, hundreds of miles.
And basalt, an even harder, dense volcanic rock, was also employed, particularly for flooring in certain key areas within the complexes, presenting even greater challenges to work with.
Which leads us to the labor force.
This leads us to a profoundly important question that your sources meticulously address, one that challenges a persistent misconception: the nature of the labor force. A long-standing popular belief, often perpetuated by historical fiction and Hollywood films, is that these pyramids were built by a vast enslaved population.
Right, that's the common image.
But the archaeological evidence, and precisely what is highlighted in your sources, paints a very different picture. It points overwhelmingly to tens of thousands of skilled workers, artisans, engineers, and laborers, a highly organized, perhaps even deeply motivated workforce.
Skilled workers, not slaves.
Not slaves. Recent archaeological discoveries, particularly of workers' villages near the pyramids, provide incredible insights. These sites reveal evidence of large-scale bakeries, breweries, and even medical care facilities, including skeletal remains showing well-healed fractures, indicating sophisticated medical attention.
So they were actually cared for.
It certainly looks that way.
Yeah.
This drastically shifts our understanding from forced, brutal slave labor to a well-fed, well-cared-for workforce, likely paid with provisions, living in organized camps. It suggests maybe a form of state employment or perhaps a profound religious duty, a sense of national pride in contributing to their pharaoh's eternal dwelling.
That changes things considerably.
It does. This monumental effort would have been a central pillar of the Old Kingdom's economy and social structure, mobilizing a significant portion of the population for a shared purpose.
And think about the methods. The sheer audacity of building something of this scale with absolutely no modern machines, no cranes, no bulldozers, no power tools, nothing but a combination of ramps, levers, simple sledges, and pure human muscle. It truly boggles the mind.
Incredible ingenuity.
We're talking about stone blocks that, as we mentioned, weigh anywhere from 2.5 to a truly massive 15 tons each. How do you even begin to move something that heavy, lift it hundreds of feet into the air, and then place it with such incredible precision without today's technology?
And the precision is key. The way these massive blocks were cut and fitted, often without any mortar whatsoever, is absolutely astounding. They created structures so robust, so meticulously engineered that they have withstood millennia of earthquakes, relentless sandstorms, and the relentless march of time, standing as enduring monuments to an ancient genius.
But we still don't know exactly how, do we?
That's the fascinating part. What remains truly remarkable, despite centuries of intense study and archaeological research, is that the exact construction methods employed by the ancient Egyptians for the pyramids of Giza remain, in many respects, an enduring mystery. We have a number of compelling theories ranging from massive straight ramps extending out from the pyramid to spiraling ramps winding around its sides, or even a combination of both. But no definitive, universally accepted blueprint has ever been discovered.
So still debating ramp spaces, other methods.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps the wonder alive, isn't it? Each theory presents its own set of challenges. For instance, a single, massive straight ramp would have had to be impossibly long and wide to reach the summit, requiring more material than the pyramid itself. Seems unlikely. A spiraling external ramp would have made turning the colossal blocks around tight corners incredibly difficult.
Right, imagine trying to pivot a 15-ton block on a narrow ramp.
Exactly. Some intriguing new ideas, supported by recent archaeological finds, suggest internal ramps or maybe a sophisticated system of counterweights and levers might have been used within the pyramid structure itself. The fact that this debate continues vigorously among engineers, architects, and Egyptologists underscores the immense ingenuity involved. It highlights that the solution to such a complex problem, achieved with seemingly basic components, was born from an unparalleled level of organization, persistent dedication, and perhaps an understanding of physics that was far ahead of its time, an ingenuity that remains just beyond our full grasp.
And here's where it goes beyond engineering into something truly cosmic. These weren't just stacked stones. Your sources reveal an incredible fact. These pyramids are aligned almost perfectly with true north.
Which is astounding.
A feat of astronomical precision that is amazing given the tools available to them. And even more incredibly, they seem to align perfectly with specific celestial bodies, particularly the stars of Orion's belt. So what does this all mean? This isn't just about good surveying or a convenient direction. It's about a deep, sophisticated understanding of the cosmos, intertwined with their profound spiritual beliefs.
Absolutely. They were, in essence, building a monument not just for the earth, but for the heavens, a physical link between the two realms.
How would they even achieve that alignment?
Well, to connect this to the broader picture of ancient Egyptian thought, this precise celestial alignment speaks volumes about their sophisticated astronomical knowledge and, more importantly, their profound belief in the pharaoh's divine connection to the cosmos. It wasn't just about constructing a tomb, it was about creating a literal celestial gateway, a guiding beacon for the pharaoh's soul to successfully navigate the afterlife and ascend to a specific constellation.
A gateway to the stars.
Pretty much. The perfectly north alignment, for example, would likely have been achieved through meticulous naked-eye observations of circumpolar stars, those stars that never set, providing a fixed point of reference through the night. The connection to Orion's belt is particularly significant because this constellation was intimately associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife, rebirth, and the underworld.
Osiris. Okay.
In Egyptian cosmology, the pharaoh was believed to become one with Osiris after death, continuing their reign and ensuring prosperity for Egypt from the celestial realm. The pyramids, therefore, acted as cosmic launching pads, literal stairways to the heavens, designed to ensure the pharaoh's resurrection and their eternal journey among the gods.
Wow.
This profound level of integration between architecture, astronomy, and theology is truly unparalleled in the ancient world.
So after exploring their incredible construction and cosmic alignments, what was the ultimate grand purpose of these astonishing structures? Your sources make it abundantly clear. They were built first and foremost as royal tombs.
But not just tombs.
Exactly. They were far more than simple burial chambers. They were meticulously designed to be complex machines for resurrection, carefully crafted to guide the pharaohs on their ultimate journey to the afterlife, and critically, to ensure their eternal life and continued ability to protect and ensure the prosperity of Egypt from the spiritual realm. Every single element, from their immense size to the intricate design of their internal chambers and passages, was conceived with this sacred journey and rebirth in mind.
And this brings up a crucial point about the bedrock of ancient Egyptian cosmology. Their profound belief in the afterlife and the concept of resurrection was absolutely central to their entire civilization. The pyramid wasn't just a physical container for the pharaoh's body. It was a carefully constructed vessel designed to ensure the seamless transition of the soul, or Ka and Ba, into eternal life.
The Ka and Ba, the soul elements.
Precisely. Imagine the incredible wealth of sacred items, precious treasures, and extensive funerary texts that would have accompanied the pharaoh into these tombs. These weren't mere symbols of earthly status. They were meticulously chosen provisions deemed essential for the perilous journey through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, a realm fraught with challenges and requiring specific knowledge for safe passage.
So, like supplies for the journey.
Essentially, yes. We're talking about everything from elaborate coffins and sarcophagi to canopic jars, those 4 distinct vessels specifically for preserving the pharaoh's internal organs like the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines.
Which they believed were needed in the afterlife.
Absolutely, essential for their reanimated body. There were countless amulets for protection, models of servants to magically provide for their needs, and even entire boats, like the remarkable solar boat discovered near Khufu's pyramid, intended to ferry the pharaoh across the celestial water.
An actual boat buried next to the pyramid. Incredible.
Yeah. And furthermore, the walls of the burial chambers and connecting corridors would often be covered with intricate hieroglyphs and religious texts, providing spells, instructions, and maps for navigating the afterlife, ensuring a successful rebirth. The entire structure was, in essence, a massive prayer, a spiritual insurance policy etched in stone, designed to ensure the pharaoh's eternal life and the continuity of divine rule.
Given all we've discussed, it's absolutely no surprise that these incredible structures have received global recognition as irreplaceable human heritage.
Deservedly so.
In 1979, the Pyramids of Giza, along with the wider necropolis of Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt, were declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This prestigious designation highlights their universal value, recognizing them not just as Egyptian treasures, but as a crucial part of our shared human cultural heritage.
It places them among the most significant historical and architectural achievements on Earth, ensuring concerted international efforts for their protection, preservation, and conservation for generations to come, allowing future audiences to continue to marvel at their brilliance.
So if you're feeling inspired, as I certainly am, to witness this wonder yourself, your sources provide a clear roadmap for how to do it. Your journey would typically begin with a flight into Cairo International Airport, known by its code CAI.
Right, fly into Cairo.
From there, you'd travel approximately 20 kilometers to reach the Giza Plateau. The site itself is incredibly accessible, open to tourists daily, typically from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., ready to welcome visitors from around the globe.
So pretty easy to get to from the city.
Relatively, yeah. It's a fairly straightforward journey from the bustling, vibrant heart of modern Cairo to the tranquil, yet often busy with tourists, desert edge, where these ancient giants stand. You have various transportation options, from pre-booked tours to taxis or ride-sharing services, making it a surprisingly manageable excursion to step back in time.
And the experience of visiting the Giza Pyramids today is thoughtfully designed to truly immerse you in their history and scale. What's particularly compelling is the opportunity to actually explore inside Khufu's pyramid.
You can go inside.
Yes. Which, okay, it comes with an additional fee, but offers a unique, almost claustrophobic, yet utterly fascinating perspective on the incredible internal engineering marvels that were built into this colossal structure.
Wow, I bet that's intense.
Beyond the pyramids themselves, there's the truly remarkable Solar Boat Museum, which houses a meticulously reconstructed, full-sized ancient boat, a funerary barge that was discovered buried in a pit next to Khufu's pyramid.
The boat we mentioned.
That's the one. This incredible artifact is a testament to the pharaoh's belief in needing a vessel for his journey across the celestial waters in the afterlife. The sources also mention more experiential activities like traditional camel rides across the sands, exhilarating desert safaris, and engaging guided tours that provide invaluable historical context.
Camel rides, classic.
And for an unforgettable evening, there's also the spectacular light and sound show that takes place at night. This narrative-driven spectacle uses the pyramids themselves as a magnificent canvas, with synchronized lights and narration bringing their history, mythology, and construction story vividly to life against the backdrop of the illuminated giants.
Sounds amazing.
These modern experiences bridge millennia, allowing us to not only walk in the footsteps of the ancients and touch the same stones, but also to truly appreciate the incomprehensible scale of their ambition, while benefiting from modern conveniences that enhance our understanding and appreciation. It's a remarkable balance between preservation and accessible educational tourism.
So what does this all mean for us today? We've journeyed through millennia, haven't we? From the colossal ambition of pharaohs like Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure to the ingenious yet still profoundly mysterious construction methods that involved millions of precisely placed stones all aligned with the stars.
It's quite a story.
We've seen how these were not just tombs, but profound spiritual gateways built by a dedicated, highly organized workforce, not by enslaved people as so often depicted. They stand as an enduring testament to an ancient civilization's incredible engineering prowess, sophisticated astronomical knowledge, and deeply rooted beliefs in the afterlife.
They are a physical manifestation of a civilization's spiritual core and its unparalleled organizational capacity, achieved with what we would consider very basic tools.
Which brings us to a final thought.
This leaves us with a truly compelling question for our modern world. In an age of unparalleled technological advancement, with supercomputers, advanced robotics, and heavy machinery, the exact methods of how these ancient structures were built remain, in part, a profound mystery. What does it say about human ingenuity, about our collective capacity, that over 4,500 years ago, with seemingly simple tools and a reliance on fundamental principles, a civilization could achieve something we still marvel at and even struggle to fully comprehend or replicate today?
It really makes you think.
It truly makes one wonder about the astonishing limits of human capability when immense organization, persistent dedication, and a deep connection to a shared purpose like ensuring the pharaoh's eternal reign and the prosperity of the nation are brought to bear. The pyramids serve as a humbling reminder that complex problems can be solved with seemingly basic components when coupled with an extraordinary vision and an unshakable will. Perhaps the greatest lessons are not found in our future technologies, but in the enduring wisdom still hidden in the sands of time.
We hope this deep dive into your sources has given you a newfound appreciation for the Pyramids of Giza, revealing layers of insight beyond the familiar images. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those fascinating sources coming.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.